Kid brother, I got a lot to say in response to your video. Hopefully I can fit it all into 15 minutes. Number one, you asked me some specific questions like, am I just fucking with you? Well, in this situation, I don't think I'll answer a question like that because, for one, my answer is not verifiable, and I don't think you'll believe my answer anyway unless it's what you already believe the answer is. It's really just a statement disguised as a question. Or it's like telling a white person, okay, prove to me that you're not racist. That's a trick question. It's like you want to dig a hole, put me in it, and say, okay, dig your way out of the hole. I'm not going to do that. Next, you accuse me of being emotional. Okay, I'm emotional, but you're yelling and calling me bitch. Okay. Incidentally, here's a little side note. Both Sergeant Willie Pete and Big Brother responded to my videos, and in both of those videos I got called a bitch. Alright, back to Kid Brother. As for missing the point of your video, no, I got the point of your video and I don't dispute it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I'm not going to dispute it. Your opinions about black women are based on your experiences, and I can't argue with your experiences. Your experiences are your experiences. Before I started making videos talking mainly to black people, I was debating some white racists. There was this one kid who came on camera and he had his shirt off and he had a swastika, like this three-legged swastika, I don't know what that's called, tatted on his chest. And when he first started making videos, he just made video after video, just constantly slamming black people. Oh, they're niggers, they're inferior, they're this, they're that. And when I saw those videos, I was like, oh, this guy just hates black people, he's just a hater. But then he made this video where he sat down, he wasn't cussing anymore, he was calm, and he explained how he lives in a neighborhood that was slowly changing from a white neighborhood or whatever to a black neighborhood. And he talked about how all the black people, when he went outside, they would mean mug him, and then when they would pass him on the street, they'd bump him on purpose and just totally harassing the shit out of him. And he said one thing that made me step back. He said, you instilled the hate in me. And he was talking to black people, of course. From that point on, I understood why he felt that way, and I didn't have anything else to say to him. I can't argue with his experiences. I'm pretty sure those black people were messing with him. A lot of times in black neighborhoods, white people who won't turn into Eminem or Paul Wall, the black kids will mess with them. But anyway, apparently you've had terrible experiences with black women, and I respect that. So when you say you don't want to date black women anymore, or you're putting up your wall of silence, I don't have anything to say about that. And if that's the main point of a video that you make, that's fine. But if you say something within that video that is not true or just totally ludicrous, and I just want to address that one little part of the video, I don't have to address the whole video. So you saying you missed the point of my video? No, I didn't. You're fed up with black women. I get it. That don't mean that you can bring black kids into the world with non-black women. I'll give you another example. You made a response to the criticism that Ocho Cinco was getting for not having black women on his dating show. I had actually thought about responding to that video. While I agree with your main point that Ocho Cinco has the right to date whomever he wants and he does not have to explain that to anybody, there is a much bigger issue here. It's the same issue that I have with these black male rappers and singers having all non-black women in their videos. What is that doing to little black girls or black teenage girls or black women who are watching that? I'm not saying he has to have all black women on there, but by having no black women on there, what is that saying to the world? Even if he has black women on there and he votes them all off and chooses a white woman in the end, at least have them on the show. Black women are being replaced in the media. Used to be mostly by half black women, and now it's just full off white women, Asian women, and Latinas who aren't black. And then you guys want to say, oh, black women are insecure. What other race of woman has to put up with that? But anyway, I agree with your overall point that Ocho Cinco does not have to date black women. He doesn't ever have to look a black woman's way the rest of his life. But when you have a national TV show that's going to be sending a message out over the airwaves, yes, I think you should put some black women on there. Now, if I had responded to your video and brought out that point, that doesn't mean I'm missing the main point of your video. I don't disagree with the main point of your video, or I just don't dispute it. I just want to talk about one point you made in your video. People do that to my videos a lot of times. They'll leave a comment saying, oh, I agree with you, but I just got one little bone to pick. And when that happens, I'll either respond to their concern or I'll say, oh, well, that wasn't really the point of my video, and then that'll be the end of it. But for you to go off the deep end like you did and concoct some conspiracy theory that I'm out to get you, that's crazy talk. If you've gotten to the point where you think all black women are out to get you just because they disagree with you, then maybe you need to go sit on a couch and talk some of your issues out. But don't be projecting those issues onto me. I'm not out to get you. What I need to get you for? I don't like some of the things you say about black women, and sometimes that gets me a little bit miffed at you, but get you? No. You're so paranoid about black women now. How are you any different from the black women who've been dicked over by the thugs and the street dudes, and now they think that no black men are good? So because I disagreed with you, now I'm no different than all the other black women that you can't stand. Yeah, that makes sense. I was watching the TV show The Wire on DVD, and one of the cops said something that was interesting. He said that police brutality is when criminals get in a fight with the police and lose. And for you and some of these other black men out here, belligerence is when a black woman disagrees with you. And I think that Statuesque One and Satin Doll can attest to the fact that if we make a video that you guys like, we're exceptional. Every black woman should be like us. But we say something you don't like, all of a sudden, we're just like the others. We knew it was just a matter of time before you would show your true black woman colors. You see, this is why we don't date you guys. But anyway, back to missing the point of your videos and twisting your words, and this is evidence of me being some conniving bitch. You made a video a few months back called Everything We Hate Rolled Into One or something like that. And of course, I responded to that video. Basically, when I watched that video, I saw you sticking up for a man who, and I agree with you that that woman was a straight up bitch, but I felt that you totally glossed over the fact that this man picked this woman, made a baby with her, so he's lying in the bed that he made. And you responded much like you did in the response video to the video I made yesterday. Well, that wasn't the main point of my video, and you're twisting my words. No, I'm giving the other side. You want black women to be accountable for the men that they choose, but you're giving this man a pass. Now, you said something like, I always twist people's words, but you didn't really give any examples, so I'll assume that perhaps maybe you're talking about the video that I made to Tariq Nasheed. Here's something you gotta understand, kid. I'm coming from a different place than a lot of the black women that you're complaining about. I have no children. I have no diseases. I am quite fit. I have natural hair. I don't have an attitude. I don't try to dominate the man. I am perfectly happy to play second fiddle to a man. I'm smart, healthy, and whatever else you want to add on to it. I won't comment on my looks because that's so lame when people try to rate their own looks, but whatever. Ask Stylistic how I look. There's another guy on here called Big Bad Wolf. He's seen me. Ask him how I look. Anyway, when I make a complaint about black men, you can't put me in the same category as some fat Shaquita with 10 kids. You guys, and not necessarily you, but you guys in general, like to jump all over videos by black women asking why they can't find black men. If she's fat, you're all over it, and you tell her it's because she's fat. If she's got kids, again, you're all over it. If she's got a stank attitude or whatever else you don't like, you're all over it. But what if I ask a question like that? Now, keep in mind, I've never said niggas ain't shit. I don't use that rhetoric of statistics that a lot of black women like to use. I don't talk about in jail, gay, didn't finish high school, yada yada yada. I have never said anything negative about black men as a whole. Yes, I've talked about you black guys who like to use interracial dating as a weapon against black women, but other than that, I got no problem with black guys. So anyway, there's a recurring theme on Gen X about black women's beauty. Is that what's doing them in the dating game? And yes, I will agree with you that a lot of black women use that as a deflection. They're fat, they've got out-of-wedlock kids, and they're belligerent, but they want to say that the reason that black men don't like them is because black men like white women. Well, as I said, I test negative for all the list of things that you said you hate about black women. May I ask you why street black guys, or black guys who don't have a lot going on for them, find me fucking gorgeous? And why your everyday black guy, a guy who might work at Home Depot, or a guy who works in a call center, guys like that find me fucking gorgeous. But once I start getting to black men who are on my level or above, I suddenly become ah-ite. Do any black guys out there want to explain that to me? I'm just curious. I ask that question and I get the response, oh, you just trying to deflect, you trying to get these bitches an excuse. No, I'm not. I want to know. And I have had a couple of guys attempt to kind of answer the question. They said, well, maybe you're ugly. Okay, fine. Let's say that I am. I dated a white doctor who found me fucking gorgeous. I dated 2 Jew doctors who found me fucking gorgeous. I dated several Asian engineers before I finally married one, and they found me fucking gorgeous. Why am I alright to upper echelon black men that are my age? And what I found in my own experiences, which you guys won't even respond to so I can get like a balanced view on it, what I found is that when black guys make it, when they get there, they get extremely big-headed and extremely picky. I can't get any of you guys to address this because you keep accusing me of deflecting. You keep accusing me of giving these bitches an excuse. I'm secretly defending the ways of the sisterhood. But anyway, back to the Tariq Nasheed video. So of course his video centered around those 4 women on that ABC special. I saw myself in those 4 women, and if I wasn't attracted to non-black men, I'd be sitting right at the table with them. Now I do think those women were suffering from having their standards too high. I also have standards, but I only have 2. I take that back, I have more than 2, but I have 2 that I won't compromise on. Now for me, being a good guy and not having a police record and not having any diseases, all that goes without saying. You know what, actually I had 3 things, I forgot about one of them. The 3 things are, we share the same values, he's smart, and has a good income. That's it. I let looks go. I'll let you be short. I'll let you be bald. I'll let you be a little bit chubby. Actually, I kind of like chubby. But anyway, that's all. I think Wesley Snipes ain't all that cute. He can look halfway decent sometimes if you catch him from a good angle, but his face doesn't really make my heart pitter-patter. But if he had been offering what I was looking for, I would have gave him a shot. Well, anyway, back again to Tariq Nasheed. When I listened to his video, he really couldn't give me a good reason why these women were single. They didn't have kids, or at least there was no mention of kids. They weren't fat. We really don't know whether they were belligerent or not, so you can't count that against them. So anyway, Tariq spent time tearing down their jobs, and I was kind of like, dude, who cares? They're women. They're not expected to support a whole family. All they need is a job that's good enough to support themselves. So really, the only other thing that he tore down about them was their looks. So I just made a video kind of trying to ask him, are these women that horrible? You just didn't like how they looked. Now, yes, I know that wasn't the main point of his video. The main point of his video I didn't really disagree with. But can I ask a question without it being considered a deflection? And it's not a deflection. I got nothing to deflect away from. It's like when I asked the question to Pete, do you value the black woman's womb? He went off on a tangent. Well, the black woman doesn't respect her own womb. She lets Ray Ray and Pookie run up there and skeet and make babies. Time out. You're talking about somebody else, not me. Can you address me? What about me? What about those 4 women on that ABC special that you said weren't cute enough for you? Don't bring up Boom Quisha when I'm asking you a question. You ask black women not to bring up Pookie and Ray Ray on you. Don't bring up Andrenante Quisha on me. I'm trying to figure out from my own personal research how much of it is due to black women's actions and how much it is due to something else. And I'm talking about the upper echelon black men. Now, before somebody runs off with this, because I know somebody will, I'm not crying that I didn't attract many upper echelon black men. And it wasn't a thing like, oh, well, I can't get a black guy, so let me just go get this Asian guy as a substitute. No, it's nothing of the sort. I'm attracted to all races of men. But anyway, kid brother, and like I said before, a lot of times when you guys say stuff and I'm not quite sure about that because of my own experiences, I stay out of it because, like I said, well, I don't really have a horse in that fight and I don't think it'll further the conversation. So I just hold my tongue and I hold my questions. But you brought up a subject that I felt adamant about, and I decided, okay, on this one, I'm going to say something. I am offended by the suggestion, and I don't care what your greater point is or what you meant to say, I am offended by the suggestion that you can bring black children into the world with non-black women. That is offensive to me. That is one-drop rule slavery bullshit that was meant to keep the white race pure. They did that because they consider our blood to taint their blood. So any drop of our blood makes it impure. That's why they threw mulattoes and quadroons and octroons and all that up in our race. It was to keep them out of theirs. And some black people try to take this fake superiority stance, well, our genes are so dominant that even when you make a baby with a non-black person, they're still black. And the white people are like, hey, whatever makes you feel good. Just make sure you keep the mixed race people on your side of the fence. You gotta be pure to be over here. I don't see how you can keep perpetuating that bullshit. I don't care what larger point you were trying to make or what you meant. The suggestion that you can produce black children with a non-black woman is offensive. And I'm gonna call you on it. And again, I don't give a damn. That wasn't the point of the video. You're twisting my words around. Don't even suggest that. That's why a lot of these young black girls have fucked up self-images now. It's because Halle Berry is a beautiful black woman. So you're damn right I'm gonna speak up. Well, that's all I got to say. You can respond or not respond. But either way, could you kill that black female conspiracy bullshit? Like every black woman is out to get you. It's just a matter of time until she shows her color. Get over that. You sound paranoid.